I'm so glad everybody could be here. Jillian is here with us too, but she's on the other side of my screen because she doesn't like to be on camera. There, she's waving to you all. So, yes. Tell me one thing that you did this week that you are proud of yourself for. Lennox?
Cleaning my room.
Is that right? Okay. Well, that's a good one. I like that. Harrison, what about you? What are you proud of?
Let me clean my room.
That's a very good one. Yes, it's important to have a clean room because then you can find anything you're looking for.
Clean my room.
Oh, yeah. Easton, what about you? What are you proud of?
I found my brother listened to me.
Oh my goodness. That sounds amazing. All right. And Brittany, what about you? What did you do this week that you were proud of?
I cleaned Tyler's room.
You cleaned Tyler's room? That's awfully nice of you. I don't know that I ever cleaned my brother's room.
And he cleaned my room.
Yeah.
And then he made it all a mess again.
Oh, well, yes. And probably very soon after you cleaned it, I would imagine. And Tyler, what are you proud of this week?
He was saying he's proud of him from walking in the dark today.
Oh, yeah.
Walking in the dark and he told me to turn on the light without crying because he never did that.
I hear you. Yeah, that's a good thing to be proud of too, because you were very courageous. You had courage, didn't you? It took courage to walk in the dark. I totally agree. Jillian says she wants to share something she's proud of.
I'm not going to come on screen, but I'm proud of winning a basketball game yesterday. I won 17-8.
Yes. Jillian has never played basketball on a team before. And so yesterday was her very first game. So, do you guys remember who we were talking about last week?
Yep.
The week before that?
No.
Remember?
No.
Brittany, do you remember their names?
I think I do.
Yeah? Jillian says she might remember. Who is it, Jillian?
Jacob and Esau.
That's right. Jacob and Esau. And remember, they're twins. They were born at the same time.
Same day, same time, same everything.
Yep, same everything, except they didn't look alike. Jacob's skin was smooth, and he liked to be in the tent with his mom, and Esau was really hairy. He had lots of hair and a big beard, and he liked to be outside. He liked to go hunting, and he liked to be outside and wrestle. And remember, they got in a big fight, and then they were mad at each other for a long time. And so today we're going to talk about how they made up, how they got over it, which is really hard to do. So if you would, and Brittany and Tyler, we will have to get you a copy of this so you can follow along at home. Okay. But our story, I'll show you the picture. Look at that. Not a pretty picture.
Whoa. That's a weird picture in my opinion.
Well, yeah, because here's Esau. Remember, he's the hairy one. And there's Jacob. And what are they doing?
Hugging.
Yeah, they gave each other a hug. So we'll figure out how they got over it.
In the background.
Well, yes, and a camel and a rainbow. All right. So it says how Esau and Jacob got over it. It's not easy to stop being mad at someone if they did something mean to you. It's really hard. Jacob and Esau knew what it was like to get over a fight. Jacob and his family left the river where he wrestled with that mysterious stranger. Remember last week, Mr. Mike and Miss Kathy were talking about how we wrestle with ideas and doing the right thing sometimes. But soon, he wrestled and he got a new name. Soon, Jacob saw his brother Esau, and Esau brought all of his friends with him, and his friends were like 400. Can you imagine having 400 friends? My goodness. But Jacob had a new name. He thought he also had courage to meet his brother. But when he saw Esau and all of the strong friends, Jacob got scared all over again. He gathered his whole family together to protect them. He walked ahead of them to meet his brother Esau. He bowed down to the ground 7 times. He wanted to show Esau that he could do anything to make things right again. Esau could have done anything. He could have sent his 400 men and strong friends to fight Jacob. He could have taught Jacob a lesson. He could have gotten even. He could have paid Jacob back for taking their father's money, but he didn't. Esau ran to meet Jacob, wrapped his arms around him, kissed him, and cried. He was that happy. Who are all these people behind you? Esau asked Jacob. They're my new family. He said, I've brought a huge present to make up for everything. But Esau was just happy to see his brother again. I've got enough, Esau said. You don't owe me anything. I can't believe how good it is to see you again. Jacob was happy to see Esau too. He knew that they could be brothers again. Esau had put their old fight behind him. Jacob was so happy, he said, when you wrapped your arms around me, it felt just like God wrapping God's arms around me. I want you to take my present anyway. So Esau did. The 2 brothers who had had a big fight, they thought they would never end. They got over it. No one did anything grand, really. They just decided to start over because they were brothers and they wanted to be brothers again. So what do you think? I mean, surely, Brittany, you've never gotten in an argument with Tyler. And Lennox, you have never been in an argument with Harrison and Easton, right? That's never happened in your world. They never take your toys or get really annoying. I'm just kidding. Of course they do, because that's what brothers and sisters do. They get into little arguments. However, it's really, really, really important to understand that our brothers and sisters are our family. And so sometimes being brothers and sisters is more important than what we were arguing about.
He's
right?
not even going to go in the potty yet.
That's okay. You're the big sister. You can him learn.
We are trying to, but every time we try to get him to try, he'll just walk away.
Well, maybe he's not ready yet. He'll learn. He's still learning.
Well, he has pull-ups. And
that's good.
I think in the summer we just have to stop getting him diapers because I think the reason he doesn't want potty train is because he has diapers.
Yeah. Okay. So in our story, let's think about what maybe we heard. What did you hear? What was Esau's voice like when he first spoke to his brother Jacob? Was he angry or was he excited? What did you hear, Lennox?
I heard that I see on the picture that they look like they love each other. And they're happy, and Jacob looks happy.
Yes, Jacob looks happy. And Esau, it almost looks like Esau, and Jacob too. It almost looks like they are so happy. Here, I'll show you, Tyler and Brittany. Look, do you see there's a little tear? They're so happy, they're crying. Right? They're so excited to see each other. And that was the second question, is what did Jacob's face look like? And what did Esau's face look like? And so we can look in our picture.
Esau's face like what? See? Those are his tears.
Yeah.
And there's the goat. Yeah, that's what great movie.
There are there's Esau's strong friends.
Yeah, the knight.
Yeah, and that's Jacob's family. You see Jacob's family?
Yes.
Yeah. And how exciting would it be if you hadn't seen somebody for a long, long time, and then all of a sudden you saw them and then you have more family? How exciting would that be? Easton, do you have a question, or are you just waving because you're excited to see Tyler and Brittany?
I have it. What's a pot time?
No, let's not read the other book right now.
What? Why?
You can read it later.
No.
He's wanting to read Brown Bear to everybody.
Oh, well, you know what? Tell you what, Easton, at the very end, I think that would be okay. Brown Bear is one of my favorites. If it's okay with your dad at the very end, okay?
I can help him read if you want.
So when we learn, or we figure out that loving our family is more important than being mad, that's a really big word. It's called forgiveness. And forgiveness is really, really hard because it happens inside of us. And we have to acknowledge, we have to understand, we have to kind of recognize that maybe we were holding on to something that we didn't need to hold on to. Okay. Mm-hmm. And so sometimes, like, I think I've used this example before. And before we had all sorts of iPads and switches and all the things, we only had the TV remote, right? And so, because we had a TV that we would watch, right? And so my brother and I would fight over who got to watch the TV. And so whoever had the remote got to drive the TV. Whoever had the remote got to choose which show. And sometimes my brother and I didn't like the same shows.
Most of the time.
So we would argue, but at the same time, I had to realize that, you know what? And guess what his name is? Tyler. My brother's name is Brittany, just like your brother. My brother's name is Tyler. And so I had to realize that it was more important for Tyler to be my brother and I to be Tyler's sister than it was to argue about watching whatever show was on TV. Right? So we figured out we could take turns. It turns out we could watch a different show, or maybe we just turned off the TV altogether. You know, so there's lots and lots of solutions. So when we are learning how to forgive, sometimes we have to say we're sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Harrison, tell me about that.
Sometimes we play games.
Uh-huh.
And say sorry.
Mm-hmm.
When you take you out of the game.
Yes. The game sorry. Absolutely. That's a great example.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love playing sorry.
Exes, and I got sorry for my birthday.
Did you? Oh, how fun. Tyler, are you and Easton playing a game? That's so fun. So how do you say sorry to people? Like, if you had to practice saying sorry, what does that look like?
Sorry, is one I won't do again.
Yeah, sorry. I won't do that again. Yes, that's a good one. Jillian has an example too.
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to do that.
Yeah. Sometimes when we do something wrong, it's just an accident and we didn't mean to. So you can say, oh, I didn't know that would hurt you. I didn't know that would make you sad. I'm so sorry. And have you been the person who needs to say sorry? Or have you been the person who someone has to say sorry to? Or both?
I've been both.
Yeah. Jillian's been both.
Me too.
You too? Brittany, what about you?
I say sorry.
Yeah?
Tyler is running. He just says.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Lennox, you had your hand up. What do you know? Have you had to say sorry? Uh-oh. Did I am I frozen? Because you both are frozen.
Sorry.
There you go. Good one.
And they're sad.
Uh-huh.
But then when you say sorry, they turn happy again.
Oh my goodness, look at that. That's a beautiful drawing. I love it.
And I'm taking this.
Great. Is that your favorite color, Harrison? it?
And this is my favorite color is purple and pink.
Purple and pink. I love it.
I would take this.
Yeah.
My favorite color is these colors.
Yeah.
So
So
I would take
after you say sorry or someone else says sorry and you have forgiven the other person, what does that feel like? Oh, Easton, that's a beautiful picture. What does it feel like to be forgiven, or what does it feel like to forgive the other people? How does it feel in your heart? Lennox. Uh-oh, kids are freezing on me.
And all those different kind of feelings. And at school, I talked about different feelings in books.
Yeah. Can you start that over? Because my screen froze. How does it feel?
I feel loved, excited, cared, and at school I talked about different feelings in books, how the characters feel in books.
Yeah.
That can happen the same at your house.
That's true. All right, Easton, I want you to read your book, but I have a commercial to do first, okay? So can you listen to the commercial first, and then you can read your Brown Bear, okay? Okay, so next week, we're gonna do Sunday school, same time, same place, just on Zoom. But we're also going to, if your moms and dads can, we're gonna collect cans for Circle of Concern. And it's an event called Super Bowl of Caring. And, outside of church, like by the doors where it's covered, we're going to have a table set up, and we're going to collect, the big kids are going to collect cans, and then we'll donate it to people who don't have food. How's that sound? Yeah. So if you can, stop by church after Sunday school next week, okay? And the big kids will be there to collect your canned foods. Like maybe a box of cereal or a can of soup or some tuna fish or macaroni and cheese maybe. Okay? So hopefully I'll get to see you on Zoom and in person next week. We'll see though. That's what I want my hair to look like. Okay. Just a little bit longer. All right, Easton, will you read Brown Bear for us, please? And then we'll say a prayer and then we'll be all finished.
This was I want it. Brown bear, okay, let me see it. Brown bear, what do you see? Wait. I see a
Brittany and Tyler have it too. They're going to follow along. This is great.
red.
I don't have my Brown Bear happy, nice and handy.
What do you see? A duck
Yeah?
looking at me.
All right, Harrison, why don't you read the next page?
Harrison's gonna read this page. No,
Hey.
I want to.
Didn't we learn about taking turns today and sharing? And it's more important to do that and be brothers than it is to fight. Easton, that was a lesson today, bud. So let's go ahead and practice the lesson today.
Yeah, that's good practice.
Practice the lesson. So Harrison's going to read. Easton.
I know, it's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard to take turns. It's hard to share. Oh, wow. Brittany, that's cool.
What do you see? I see a blue horse. That's what I see. Blue horse. What do you see? I see a green frog. That's what I see.
Hold on. No, let's see if Brittany and Tyler want to read a page.
Yeah.
Brittany and Tyler, do you guys want to read a page?
I think we're a couple pages ahead of you now.
Oh, okay. Well,
Okay.
pick your page.
We're on White Dog, White Dog.
White dog. Let's flip to white dog, white dog. They're gonna read that page.
Are you gonna read it, Tyler? White. Can you say white with me? White dog, what do you see? I see a black sheep looking at me.
I'm going
No. Go ahead and just read the next page. We'll skip ahead. It's okay.
I'm going to read.
Why don't you just go to the next one?
Black sheep, black sheep. What's black sheep, black sheep? What do you see? I see a goldfish looking at me. Goldfish, goldfish. What do you see? I see a teacher looking at me. Teacher, what do you see? I see children looking at me.
All right. Wow. Thank you guys. What a good way to take what we learned about sharing and taking turns and being really good brothers and sisters and really putting it into action. I'm so proud of every one of you, Lennox and Easton and Harrison and Tyler and Brittany. You guys did a fantastic job with that. I'm so proud of you. We're going to say a little prayer and then we will adjourn for the day. And I will look forward to seeing you guys next week, okay? All righty. So let's fold our hands. Dear God, thank you for the siblings that we have. And thank you for allowing us to love our brothers and sisters, and that it's more important than arguing or holding on to a grudge. We thank you, God, for teaching us forgiveness and grace and love. And be with those who have to go to school this week, and be with those who maybe are still hurting from not hearing an I'm sorry. And thank you for teaching us how to say I'm sorry. It is in your son, Jesus' name, that we pray. Amen.
Amen.
All right.
Bye.
Thank you, guys. Have a wonderful week.
Bye.
I'll see you soon, okay?